and tell you about our project, and I'll share my project with you. Wait, you got the card. So, what is your name?
Brenda, want the last name also?
Sure.
Brenda Harris.
Oh, okay. And what do you do, Brenda?
I'm retired.
Uh-huh.
I was an educator
Oh,
and been retired almost 8 years now.
fabulous. So, why New York?
I was born in New York City. I love New York City.
Yes, and why is that? What is it about?
There is an excitement, there is an energy, there is a freedom in New York that I appreciate and respect. I am very political, so I'm also very aware of what New York is about. I understand all the levels of New York City. But I am not a suburban person. I can have nice vacations there, but I like the energy of Manhattan.
Yes.
I lived for many years in Queens, and I grew up in Park Slope, Brooklyn. So I find New York fabulous. I think when people talk about it being the concrete jungle, I have so many parks that I visit in the West Village that I don't even want to tell anybody about. There's so many hidden places to sit and read a book, listen to music,
Yes.
watch flowers grow. I love the Hudson High Line. Everything that the city does that does give back to people, I appreciate. I like these bike paths that came into
me too.
existence. I really think we should cut back on cars in the city. I think we should have little, I don't know if you've traveled in Europe and
Yes.
Latin America, but you know how they have little squares and centers?
Yes.
We need centers. Every so many
Yes.
blocks need a center where people can come and sit.
Yes.
And I remember when I was a younger woman with raising my children, my girlfriends and I used to laugh and think about a park. This is going to be our bench, like we're older. I'm at that age now where I like sitting on that bench and knowing that I'm comfortable sitting on that bench.
Yes.
And I also like that it respects women's rights. Like what's happening in the rest of America.
Yes.
I am glad that New York City goes, oh no, that cannot happen here.
Yes.
Women have the right to choose what they do with
Are
their
you
body.
putting this political interest somewhere?
Well, I blog on Instagram. I know that's not a blog. I post on Instagram. I'm getting annoyed with it. I need to find another vehicle or another place to go because I think their algorithm
Yes.
are changing, and I think they're shutting you down. I think I
Yes.
feel like my voice is being shut down.
Yes.
And everything that's happening, I mean, this new bill that the media is getting all excited about, when you look into it, it doesn't do one thing for the American people. It's another giveaway to corporations. So, but taking that all in consideration, I still would rather live in New York City
Yes.
because at least there's enough vibrancy. There's people like you talking and walking, where if I go in the middle of America, what's out there?
Absolutely.
What is out there?
Yes.
I can walk. The other day I went shopping. I went food shopping, and along the way I stopped into a gallery to look at some local art. I mean, I cannot do that in the middle of nowhere. I see art every single day,
Yes.
and I like the city.
So we're calling ourselves glorious broads. What do you think of the word broads?
I'm coming to grips with everything. Because I also embrace they and she and he
Yes.
and them. I embrace whatever you choose to call yourself and I accept broad. Maybe there was a time when I didn't accept it, but I accept broad because it was a name that was put upon women, and embrace it.
Yes.
You're a woman. Whatever they call you, it doesn't matter because they people who want to segment you will segment you no matter what. But I do appreciate. I'm 72, and I do not tell myself that you're 72 and you cannot keep dressing, you cannot keep doing this. I realize some things don't fit the way they used to fit, so you throw on a big old dress and you just keep going. You could always wear shoes. You could always carry a bag.
Yeah. That accessories, that hat's killer.
So,
Are you single now?
Yes.
Are you enjoying it?
I am. I really am. I go out with friends when I choose to. I do not feel like I need any partner in my life.
Isn't that nice?
I take care of myself fully, and
Yes.
I do what I want to do.
Yes. What do you do about your sex life?
I don't know.
Yes.
I embrace where I am with it.
Yes.
You know, I embrace where I am with it. There's a part of me that I could take care of myself, and the other part, I guess if I was to meet somebody that was absolutely lovely, but the other part of sex and human beings, I find it messy. The psychological, the emotional part of it, I don't need it anymore. I
Yes.
just don't need it anymore. I'm happy enough reading something, being inspired by a person, reading something, listening to music.
Yes, I understand. So, what would you tell your younger self about sex and relationships?
Oh, don't ever feel forced to do something you don't feel and you don't want to do. Don't ever feel like you have to. If you're not feeling it, don't. If it doesn't feel good to you, don't.
And what would you say is the number one thing that women should know about sex?
That it should please you. It should satisfy you. And you're not here. I mean, if you're in partnership, if there's a love relationship, yes, it's a mutual feeling and a mutual sharing. But other than that, it's your thing. You should enjoy it for yourself, your gratification,
Yes.
yourself.
Where do you go shopping for these fabulous?
It's all over. These shoes, I can't remember the name, but like again, also another thing that's happening in my own little way. I'm rejecting commercialism, so
Yes.
everything in my closet is at least 15 years old.
I so support that.
I don't. This hat is 20 years, and I take care of it. I put tissue paper up in it, and I wrap it when I put it away for the. And I put it in a hat box to store it away for the season. Bring it back out, and I welcome it every year. So I take care of what I have, and I refuse to. I try to occasionally you need something, but I try not to buy anything anymore.
Yeah, I love that. Then one more question for you. Again, it's about advice. What would you give your younger self, or what would you advice would you give your younger self, knowing what you know now?
I think if you have something deep in your heart, something that talks to you, pursue it.
Yes.
I wanted other things, but I was advised that education was the best place to go. Being a teacher was a safe place for women to be. The benefits are good, the hours are good, all of those things. It was. I had a very satisfying teaching career. But what if I had done this, and what if I had done that? So just pursue what makes you happy.
And do you have regrets about what if?
The faintest of regrets. I
Yeah.
also have reached a place in life that I accept it all.
Yes.
I accept it all.
Yeah.
And until I'm not here anymore, go. Still do whatever you want to do. So no, I don't have really, because I've accepted who I am.
Yes.
And I did have a beautiful teaching life.
Yes.
And I'm still friendly with many of my students and their parent bodies. So I like what I did. But there are people, younger women, that they wonder what they should do. I would say, do whatever makes you happy. Pursue your goals.
Yes.
Pursue
Not
your
be
goals.
safe,
Don't be safe.
especially in the climate.
And I, at my age, there was safety in doing something that was, whether you went into banking, whether you went to becoming a doctor or education. There aren't any safety nets any longer.
No.
The establishment doesn't care who you are. So.
Well, thank you so much for this conversation.